Hello students, I welcome you for the Computer Science second year PUC online classes. Dear students, in Unit B, that is review of C++, I was discussing with you people in chapter 11, that is about the pointers. In the last three sessions, I discussed about the introductory part and then memory representation, declaration and initialization, the address and pointer operator, the pointer arithmetic and the relation between pointer and arrays, how we can create an array of pointers, the pointer and strings, the pointer and functions, and pointer and structures, pointer and objects, this pointer. This much I discussed in the last three sessions. Today, I just wanted to keep it in front of you, the memory allocation of pointers. And at the same time, let me keep it in front of you, the free store and then memory leak. Yes, students, let me go to the memory allocation of pointer. I already showed you the memory representation. When normal variable will get created, the compiler first sees what type of variable is, means the data type which is used. According to that, in the memory, that many location will be reserved for that particular variable. Yes. Now concept comes when program executes or any task executes, how the memory will be allocated and how exactly the memory will be deallocated. Regarding this, what I am going to discuss in this session. As I told you, the compiler allocates required memory space for a declared variable. If an integer type of variable, 2 bytes of memory location will be allocated. If it is a character type of variable, the 1 byte memory location will be allocated. If it is a float type, then 4 bytes memory will be allocated. In case if you are going with array type, integer type of array and size 10 if you are using, then 10 into 2, 20 bytes of memory location will be allocated. In case if you are going with the float type of array which is having 10 size, then 10 into 40, 10 into 4, that is 40 bytes will be allocated. In case character type of array if you are using, in size is 10, then 10 into 1s are 10 bytes will be allocated. So this is about memory allocation when you go with the basic data types. The memory allocation will be done in the computer by the compiler in two ways. That is, one is static allocation of memory and one more is dynamic allocation of memory. Right? There's two things are there. One is static allocation of memory and one more is dynamic allocation of memory. Now, what is static? What is dynamic? That is what we are seeing. That is what we are going to learn in this session. So let me keep it in front of you, the static allocation of memory. In static memory allocation, the amount of memory to be allocated is predicted and pre-known. This memory is allocated during the compilation itself. To make you clear, in static memory allocation, the amount of memory to be allocated, that will be predicted at the beginning itself, and that much memory will be allocated when that compilation work will be done. No? That time itself will be allocated, it will be reserved, and this memory will be there, the reserved memory will be remains throughout the execution. Thus memory what is reserved throughout the execution, it will be remains. All the variables declared normally and are allocated memory statically. Yeah, and example here, int a allocates 2 bytes of memory space during the compilation time. If it's int a of 10, it is there. 2 into 10, 20 bytes of memory will be allocated. You use it or you don't use it, but this much memory will be reserved for that. Now you use in the program or don't use it, so that 2 bytes memory whatever it is allocated, it will be remain. So this is about static. So static memory, very too simpler to say with you people. Throughout the execution period, whatever allocated, that memory will be remains. Now we'll see dynamic allocation of memory. C++ supports dynamic allocation and deallocation of objects using the new and delete operator. Now this is what happens, when your object is created, by using new operator we can allocate the memory how much it is needed, and after completion of that work by that object, that amount of memory what is allocated, that we can deallocate. So this is possible in C++. So it is not necessary that you have to wait till that whole execution to be complete. Before itself you can deallocate. Now how exactly is that? I'll show you. The new operator calls the special function operator, that is new, and delete operator calls the special function operator delete. So these operator using the word itself new and delete itself. New is using to allocate the memory and delete is using for the deallocate the memory. So these two operators are using. New is used to allocate the memory and delete operator is used to deallocate the memory, that is to make it free. See, let me show you how we can allocate the memory. Now here this is a allocation memory is there. I am creating an integer type of pointer variable and I am assigning the memory new int. So this means the 2 bytes I am assigning here. Here double p number is there, star p number, new double. So this allocates 8 bytes memory allocation. Got it? This is a normal. In case if you are going for an array. Yeah. Now here double DPT as a new double of 25. So 25 into 8. Each double will take 8 bytes and it is required for 25 elements. So 25 into 8 memory location will be allocated. Yeah. And for allocating object. Now here student SP. The student is class name. SP is an object name. New student. So student type class type memory allocated will be done for SP object. Now this allocation will be done at the runtime. The static memory allocation will be done at the compilation time and these memory allocation will be done at the runtime. So this is the way. See in static you see. Now here how many required allocations is there when you are going for and thinking about an array? Only that many allocation you can make use of it. But in the static program you have to fix it before itself. So even though you are using those location or not, it doesn't care. That much memory location will be reserved in the memory. Going a little forward, so let me tell you how we can deallocate the memory after completing that work. So we have to release what we have blocked memories, what you have allocated particular variable memories, that we have to make it free. So that is possible by using delete operator. Now delete operator, if you are using, so while creating, I just use IPTR. Just you make use of delete IPTR. So it releases the blocked location for IPTR. It will releases. Similarly, delete P number. So normal variable, you just make use of delete and then variable name. Delete variable name. So it will just deallocates the memory. Similar way, when you are going for an array operator, so what you have to use, delete, you open close bracket you have to use, and then dptr, the array name. Okay, this means that what is rectangle brackets you are using, opening and closing, that means you are using for an array. If you are using for objects, just delete and that particular object name you have to use. Yeah, so it will be deallocates memory whatever allocated for these variables, arrays and objects. So this will be done during the program execution time itself. So that is the reason what happens, the memory will be utilized in proper way. When after completing the work, the memory will be released for other purpose. In the static memory allocation, the memory will be blocked throughout the program, so there is required more memory. Here with the less amount, all the work can be done. This is benefits if you make use of pointers. And then dynamic allocation, it is possible only when if you are going with the pointers. If you are not using pointers variables, then it may not be possible dynamic memory allocation. Yes? Yeah. So going forward, I just wanted to keep it in front of you, the difference between the static allocation of memory and the difference between dynamic allocation of memory. The first difference is there. The memory is allocated before the execution of the program, that is during the compilation of time. Got it? And in the case of dynamic allocation, the memory will be allocated during the execution of the program. See the first difference? Yeah, this is before itself will be allocated the memory. This is during the execution of the program, that time will be allocated. Okay. The second difference is there, no memory allocation or deallocation actions are performed during execution time. No allocating or deallocating during the execution of the time. But in case of dynamic allocation, the memory bindings are established or destroyed during the execution. The memory bindings means allocating, deallocating or freeing. So that's all happening during the execution time itself. The third difference is there, the variable remain permanently allocated. Here allocated only when program unit is active. In case of static memory allocation, whatever variable it is there in the program, so that remains permanently allocated till that execution completes. Whole program execution completes, it remains permanently allocated. What a memory is assigned, that much it will take and sit quiet, even though you are using or if you don't use it. But in case of dynamic, what happens? Only that program unit is active, that time that memory will be allocated, and rest time it will not. The last one is there. The static allocation memory normally done by or implemented using stack and heaps. whereas dynamic implemented using data segments. So these are the difference between static allocation of memory and dynamic allocation of memory. Okay, yes. Going forward, free store and then memory leak. What is free store? What is memory leak? So I'm just keeping in front of you. Free store is a pool of unallocated memory. Free store is a pool of unallocated memory heap given to a program that is used by the program for dynamic allocation during the execution. So this is what one memory block will be reserved, kept. This will not be allocated for anything. And this is program, this memory will be used dynamically allocating and deallocating during the execution time. No? So such pool of memory, it is called free store. Such memory, which is using only for dynamic allocation and deallocation purpose. Yes, yeah. Second point says memory leak. Memory leak means what, I'll tell you. Orphaned memory blocks, allocated memory dynamically, are not deleted using delete. Okay. Such orphaned memory blocks, when increases, it brings, that adverse effect on the system will be generated. That is itself called a memory leak. Okay, memory leak means you are allocating dynamically, you are allocating the memory, but you are not deallocating. So that block remains there. So that what happens, system it generates adverse effect, confusion. You're just feeling. So that time what happened, that's automatically that memory will be blocked, right? So that is that scene is called memory leak. Yes, this is what end of chapter 11 of pointers. Before thanking you, I just wanted to summarize the points of this chapter. What we have studied in this chapter. So let me keep it in front of you. As I told with you, in C++, the pointer is a powerful concept. Having advantages, we can write efficient program, memory utilized properly, dynamic allocation, deallocation, easy to deal with the hardware components, establishes communication between program and data. So this is about we studied at the beginning. Then we understood a pointer definition. Pointer is a variable that points another same type of variable. And it performs few arithmetic operations like you can add integer to pointer or subtract from the pointer. You can compare two pointers in the same array. You can assign the pointer to another pointer in case if they are same data type. But you cannot perform adding two pointers, subtracting two pointers, or multiplication or division. There's a close relationship between arrays and pointers. We can have an array of pointers that is used to collection of addresses. There is a very close relationship between strings and pointers. We can have a structure type of pointers, we can have an object type of pointers, and we learned static allocation, dynamic allocation. The allocation, it is possible by using new operator, and deallocation of memory, it is possible by delete operator. So we seen free store, we seen memory lake. We have seen there's a close relationship between pointers and functions. There are three ways of invoking the function. The first one is there by passing value, by passing reference, by passing pointers. So this is about pointers, my dear students. So go through one by one. In case if you are finding really difficulty, you can reach to me through my email address I mentioned in YouTube channel, but still I'll just tell you, arundsilva10@gmail.com. For further notification, for further my session videos to get a notification for you people, please subscribe my channel. I'll try to explain you as simpler way it is possible. In case any suggestions are there, most welcome. Please email to me. Thank you for listening this session. May God bless you. Have a great ahead.